Okay, terrible situation that I am in. I cannot unlock this door. It is stuck and will not open. Hey there, I'm Jer. Welcome back to the latest episode of the C4 Restoration Diary series. It's the final episode of 2021, so that means at the end of this, I'm going to show you all the money that I've spent on the car in this year and in total thus far. So make sure you hang around till the end if you want to see that. One of the things that I've been struggling with the car for a while, and a lot of people with C4s have struggled with, is the silly windshield wipers. People have all kinds of recommendations all over the place for windshield wipers, and I've never got them to work right. I bought several styles of the GM ones, and there's all kinds of different styles. The beam ones I've got to work the best, but those still have, some hood clearance issues. Maybe that's my car, because remember before I had some issues with the hood alignment? Maybe that is the issue. So I was really hoping to show you that I finally solved this problem. I ordered another style and it still didn't fit right. Well, I just tested it out. It is much better. It is lower, but it's still hitting a tiny bit. So, that it is no longer hitting this one, so that the length problem is fine. The 18 inches is perfect. But it's still hitting a tiny bit. I don't know if I'm ever going to fix that. It might also be because I have the wrong hood on this, and it might not be, the height might be too low. So that could also be what is causing this. Or maybe it's too far forward, because look here. Maybe that's my issue. It needs to move forward. That could be the issue. Yeah, because look, this is the wrong hood on this car. I just figured that out last week. That might be the problem, is the damn hood is too far back. But that's 100% better. Way better. So I don't know. I give up with windshield wipers. Next time I buy a set, I'm going to actually go to a Chevy dealer and see what they recommend and see if that helps at all. If it doesn't, then I'm still back at square one. So far, like I've said, the beam style seems to work the best. Hits the hood the least, but still not perfect for me on my car. Who knows? Some guys get lucky with just regular old-fashioned Trico wiper blades and no issues at all. I don't know. So I'm still on the hunt to get the right windshield wipers. All right, next issue is the battery seems like it's dying. I've been doing some cold start tests to make sure that the IAC replacement is going well and the car starts in the cold, like the winter cold, and this happened. All right, it's below 30 degrees. Oh, that's not good. Oh, come on. There it goes. Weird. It was like the battery was low. I think my battery is wearing out in this thing. But it did start. Not right away, but we did start. So hopefully that was just a fluke. I tried again the next day and it's 10 degrees warmer, so it's nice and warm. It's 35 degrees outside. So I just put it on volts because I want to see what's going on with the freaking battery when I first turn this on.
Each one of a kind.
Oh, see, there goes the radio again. Oh, 10.6.
Including the social distancing option. It's all happening Friday,
that's
the 11th.
That's the problem. My battery is wearing out. Okay, I just need to get a new battery. Well, I guess it's time for a new battery. And I've replaced this battery. When I first got my C4 back in '87, put a brand new battery in it. And, about 5 years, that's pretty good for a normal lead acid battery, so I guess I need to get a replacement. There's also a few times where I ran it completely dead with some different issues. A couple other times, some wacky things have happened, completely drained the battery, and that's super bad for a normal lead acid battery. So, I think I got a good amount of time out of this battery, especially for how cheap I got it for. So I ran down to Walmart and got one of them $50 batteries. So when I went to the store, I just got one off the shelf myself. I didn't look it up because I know the group size that I needed. So I just got one. That's the cheapest one in that group size. It's not listed for a C4 because the cold cranking amps are a little bit lower than the recommendations. So hopefully this will work just fine in my C4. I don't see why not, because that's the battery I had in it before. Okay, so pulled my battery out of the C4 and getting ready to put the new one in, and I just realized I did not have. I thought I had the cheapy $50 Walmart battery in here. I do not. I had the middle one that is like for I don't know, it's like $80 or $90 now. This was like $55, but look, it's 550 cold cranking amps. And this one's 700, and this one was not listed for the Corvette. So, didn't notice that. I honestly thought I already had one of these in there. It should work, let's see. Well, it truly won't be a test until it gets cold again, because it's warm right now. It's like 45 degrees. It's nice and toasty. So, wait, what? 11? Let's try that again. Radio off. Still at 11. But it turns over way better. Might just need to charge for a little bit. It's not a super old battery. It's only been sitting in the store a few months. Okay, well, we'll find out when it gets cold. I might just put that on the charger and charge it fully up. So I charged it up, tested it out, and the computer started doing a cool thing where it was actually recalculating the miles per gallon. That's hysterical. Let's see if I can get this on video. I have more than half a tank and my range is only 14 miles, because right now my average is 1.7 miles. My battery is just completely dead and the computer's resetting, so I didn't realize it calculated the range off the miles per gallon. So that's a pretty accurate... It's pretty good for the time that it was made. Sorry, I'm trying to drive. So everything seems to work. If you want to save money, you can get the 550 cold cranking amp battery for your C4. Well, the first gen of C4 is up to 89. I don't know about after that. Maybe the 90 will still be the same because it's the same motor, I believe. But it's not recommended because you might need the more cranking amps. I haven't needed it. Even in the winter, it still seems to work just fine for me. So I replaced the battery. It's super simple. You can watch my video on how to replace it because my method seems to work really easy for me. Everything's going along just great, and then this happens. So this is terrible. Got Dirty Gertie jumping the Corvette right now because the battery's completely dead because the electric door lock right here got stuck in the back position. So for, I don't know, 2-3 days, it's been sitting here with the lock actuator actuated. So now my battery's completely dead. So I'm charging that. That's not the big deal. The big deal is I cannot get this side to unlock. It is completely jammed up. It will not unlock. So I'm afraid that the damn lock cylinder thing down there is stuck in the down position or something. My mechanisms are all jammed up. I don't know. So now I'm going to use pliers on here to push that forward and see if that helps at all. But I don't know what I'm going to do if I can't unlock this door. Huh. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, I can't even take the door apart to get inside of it when the door is closed. Oh no. Okay, terrible situation that I am in. I cannot unlock this door. It is stuck and will not open. I believe my actuator motor is frozen in the down position. So I'm gonna use a bore scope, look inside of there, see what's going on. Oh wow, I can see in here pretty damn good. Oh wow, I can see everything. Oh wow, I can see in here with the window rolled down. I don't know. It might just be easier. Good thing I have this, good thing my door card is not fitted on here properly, because I have like a ton of room up here. So this is what I'm looking at. I mean, I could see down in here pretty good. So look, there's everything down in there. I just gotta, I don't know. Let me just stare at it and see if I can figure something out. It's fixed. It worked. I fished down in there with a coat hanger and pulled on the actuator, and that fixed my problem. Yay. Yeah, so I have a ton of space here. I even pushed this forward a little bit more because I don't know if the door's bent or the card's not right, but whatever. So yeah, I just got this down in here. Oops, on this side, and grabbed the actuator and pulled straight up on it. Yay! Cool, cool, cool. Let's see if the lock works. Hell yeah! It's fixed. Okay. Now my actuator is hosed, but it's all back together. And I just got to get this card kind of back on. Well, I'm kind of stuck with the card being out like this. I might be able to, well, actually, I might be able to bend it with my hands here. But what I wanted to see is the rod down here. It actually came out of the bracket. There it is. So see it right there? Came out of the bracket, and it's leaning on the window. I don't know how I got it out of that bracket. That lock cylinder is, or that actuator is just all jammed up. Let me see if I can do that and get that out of the way. So I think that just fell forward. I didn't want that leaning on the window. Okay, I have to take this all back apart and replace that actuator, but fixed. So now I can at least lock and unlock the door manually again. Thank goodness I had that big giant gap in the top because my door card wasn't seated properly to give me plenty of room to look down in there and fish the rod out of the way. So if you don't have a big gap like that, that means your door card's on properly. But if you want to make a gap like that, you can probably grab it and try to pry it up a little bit and scoot it over. Maybe that can work and you can get in there and see. So I was in quite the pickle until I got that door opened. I did post a video a while ago on how to put the door cards on, but that was once I figured out how to do it and practiced a few times. I don't think I've ever got the passenger side door card on properly yet. So thank goodness I did it. If you want to check those videos out, I'll post links into the description on how to put the door card back on, how to take it off, and how to replace the lock actuator that's inside of there for really super cheap. I need to do that again myself. So as of now, it's still broken. I haven't gone in there and replaced that lock actuator yet. So my 87 is a Gen 1 C4 car. So I call it Gen 1 because it's the first generation of the dash and the motor. But the cup holders inside of it are a little wonky. Now I get that these things are made for 12-ounce cans, and a 12-ounce can should fit perfectly. So many people whine and expect a 64-ounce big gulp to fit in these cars. And no, that's just not going to happen. Those weren't even common back then when the car was made. But for some reason, I still can't actually get a 12-ounce can to fit properly. It kind of wobbles around and it just seems to be too big. I've seen liner inserts, so maybe that is the issue I have, because I also had that same kind of issue with my Bravada, because when I first bought my Bravada, the cup holder insert was missing. So maybe that's all I need, is to get one of these cup holder inserts. All right, so here is the cup holders with no insert in it. Here's the cup holder with the insert. See how much better that is? Oh my gosh. Well, I guess I'll have to put a can or something in here to get it to stay in the shape properly. And hopefully it will, oh, there we go. Is that going to come out every single time I take a drink? That's pretty flimsy. I wonder what new it was like. We'll see about that. So at first glance, these things suck. But I'm not going to give up. Someone had to make these things for a reason. It has to fit. It has to do something. Okay, I've got this dumb Corvette liner, and I put some double-sided tape around it because when I just got done driving around my car, I brought in my coffee cup, and this damn thing was on it because I forgot to take it off, and that's probably how these things all got lost and thrown away. So I got a thin layer of double-sided tape going all around the perimeter. I didn't put anything on the bottom, and we're going to see what this does. Let's go give it a shot in the car. The whole point of this stupid thing is so my coffee doesn't fall over. It still fell over because it doesn't fit right. So this stupid thing, because it's not round, it's getting caught right here. So I think if I cut a hole in that part on the side, that might do it. Because right now, it doesn't really fit in there quite right. Grr. Grr. All right, so I cut the whole side of that liner out. Now, it seems to fit much nicer in here. I guess that's the way you have to do it. We'll see how that goes, and if that goes well, then I'll cut this other one, this whole side part. You can see where there's a little tiny bit of difference here. But I don't know. I doubt that's how that's supposed to work, but that's how that's going to work. Okay, so check this out with the side cut out. Aha, can goes in there, nice. Can comes back out nicely. So that seems like that's the solution. That's the only way to install that, apparently. Okay, that works. And that's way better than without the liner. Cool. Well, after some cutting and fiddling, I was able to get those cup liner inserts to fit and work. Yay! As long as you have realistic expectations of what size cup is gonna fit in these cup holders, these cup holder liner inserts actually do a pretty good job. That you can't just put them in and expect them to work properly. Just some double-sided tape seemed to work fine for me. So now I can put cans and can-size cups and mugs inside of my C4, and it will hold in there just fine. Nice. I was able to use the C4 on a trip to Buell. Took it on about 120-mile trip one way to Buell to check out some of the hot spring pools there and spend the night. So this is almost a 2-hour trip. I've made similar trips before in the C4, and it has been great. It even snowed overnight, so of course my car is totaled again. But there was one new problem that started on the way back. The heater wasn't really blowing warm air. It was just kind of lukewarm air and maybe not even as hot as it's supposed to be at all. So I thought that was kind of odd. Coolant was full. I replaced that heater bypass hose gizmo a while back, so it can't be that. So I don't know what this new issue is with my heater. Thankfully, it was pretty warm on the way back, so the heater was not an issue. But of course, that's something else that I'm gonna have to fix at a later time. Well, the heater started working again magically, so that means I can keep driving the car. The goal for all my cars is to drive them in all 4 seasons. I've been driving in the snow my entire life with rear-wheel drive cars, and I have never had an issue getting stuck in the snow. And very rarely do I ever need to put chains on. Remember, these cars are designed to drive in all climates. They are designed to drive in super cold. They're designed to drive in super wet and super hot. So get out and drive these cars more often because it's not gonna kill them. But you do need to have the right kind of tires on there, though. I always make sure I have all-season tires on all my cars, and that gets me through the snow pretty good. If you have those big, meaty summer tires, don't try to drive that in the snow at all. You will die. It's very bad. I've seen so many people with four-wheel drive vehicles stuck in the snow because they have the wrong tires on their cars. Get all-season tires. You'll be happy with them. Unless you're driving on a racetrack, you'll be just fine. However, if you do not have a lot of experience or any experience driving a rear-wheel drive car, it will take some time to get used to that. I could see how so many people these days have never even driven a rear-wheel drive car before they ever owned a C4, because most cars now are front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive all the time now. So if you are new to rear-wheel drive cars, just give it some time. You'll get used to it. It's not a C4 thing. It's any rear-wheel drive car in the snow is going to be fun. You can drive a C4 in the snow just fine. Just like with any car, though, take it easy. We did it. We finally made it to the end of 2021. I can finally fire up the old C4 cash incinerator and see how much I've spent on the car in 2021 and how much I've spent on the car in total up to this point. Just some of the things. I'll put the totals on the screen, and let's just read a couple of them here. The driver's seat motor, that was $242 to get my electric seats working again. The harnesses for them, they don't remanufacture those. I had to buy that used for $116. I got a subwoofer in the car. That was about $120 for that. U-joints weren't too bad. It was about $80 for all four of them. That was just on the CV shafts. Bought another radio. That was $90. The coolant temperature bypass switch, that was $165. And a whole bunch of other stuff. So just in the year 2021, I've spent $1,040 on the car. Probably actually more than that. These are just the bigger items that I actually kept track of. So that brings us to a grand total of what I spent on the C4 thus far is $7,694. Imagine how nice of a car I could have bought in 2017 with that much money. It would have been like a brand new car, but I didn't do that. So don't try to flip a C4. That's all I can say about that. Don't try to flip a C4 or any car, really. It's not easy to flip cars. I'm not trying to flip this car, but man, I thought I would save some money buying a beat up one. I just cannot recommend that with a C4. This car was just really beat up. Make sure you do a proper inspection on a car before you buy it, especially one that seems like it's a super good deal. I mean, I just don't know what else to say. Don't do what I did. Don't do it. No. Well, that's it. That's the end of 2021. We're going to start hitting 2022 in the next video. And of course, things go wrong. The heater dies on me again. It's the dead of January. I'm going to have to get that thing worked on if I want to keep driving the car. So if you'd like to see that video or any other content that I post on my channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions, concerns, or comments for me, just go ahead and leave those in the comment section below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on the C4 adventure thus far. Have a fantastic day and happy C4ing.